Now, what do we have? So, for the Necromancer, the new weapon does what? Why is it poison? Oh, it's not poison, it's rot, but it's actually plague rats that explode when killed. Okay, this has potential. Noxious causes all the others in large area around you to release an explosion of rot applying. All your allies in the large area around you to release an explosion of rot. Explosion of rot around you. Now, explode when they're killed. Explode when they're killed. But they don't apply rot themselves, do they? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that question, but you know what? Multicast, maybe not multicast, but plague rats are nature, sure. I want to have multiple rats. That's a given, and I want to have the putrefy as well. So to have the rats, I need the nature inclination. And I can pass for Dash Mastery. Awesome! This is gonna blow up in the enemy's faces. You know what, maybe this map. I think I use this in a while. So I summoned 3 of them. Okay, these rats, they hit like a truck. The explosion size is not quite up there, unfortunately. Good lord, they're multiplying. So, by having multiple rats, have I accidentally created a monster? Have I now? I think I have. So, if I accidentally lead this thing to the rats while they're on top of the bosses, how will that work? I know rats apply a lot of rot, that they do. I don't suppose this rot works with other summons. Can I have more skeletons or can I have more rats? I think skeletons cap is 12, so I definitely can have more rats, but weakness. Sure, go ahead. All the toxicity. Now, does this ability affect the dogs? It does. Okay, that's good to know. It really is, surely. Okay, this is suddenly a very powerful ability. The rats, of all things. And if you played Tarkov or Escape from Tarkov, which is and Putrefy. Do they stack? I think they do stack. You know what? I'm going to take the Putrefy. And just leave the rats. Holy cow. Okay. Having a lot of rats is one thing, but having a lot of rats that also explode a lot is even better. Okay. I need more rats. Poison bomb, sure, I'm going to take it for now. Nature, area of nature skills, absolutely take that. So I definitely want to replace the dogs with rats. And multicast burst. Holy cow. They melt everything. And they're so quick as well. I definitely don't need the dogs. Go away. Holy cow, I definitely don't need the dogs. It's rats all the way. Frailty. They do apply frailty, right? They do. Okay, that's good to know. Now, of course, I myself am defenseless, which is unfortunate. Putrefy. This, go away. Yeah, perfect synergy. Lots of rats, lots of explosions from rats. Now, I initially assumed that this Putrefy ability, it actually kills your rats. And that would have actually made a lot of sense, now that I think about it. You know, I think they should patch it and make it so the rats explode. Putrefy explodes the rats. It also activates the rat's innate ability to do damage when killed. How about that? A multicast nature. Okay, how much of a rod stack do you get? 72, that's not much. Oh, 400. 400, now we're talking. Now, of course, the contagion, the rod stacks, it spreads. It goes from boss to boss to boss. Ow, that's a lot of damage. Okay, the bosses are dead. That was very quick. Multicast Putrefy, yes please, and poison. A bit of a poison as well. And area. Area is very important. Now, I really think that I need to replace the Putrefies with rats. And have a lot of multicasts. Oh, yeah, go away. Have a lot of rats and one Putrefy to make sure I get a lot of cooldown fours. Did I actually get any multicast area, multicast area, multicast area? I didn't get any cooldown for them. So I think there's no cooldown cast frequency. A passive for the Putrefy, which is unfortunate. And Putrefy, go away. I think this is good enough. So now I need to stack area of all things. Now how much rod stack is this going to give? Is going to get? Okay, I definitely need cooldown and area. Area and cooldown. Come on, rats. Kill these things. They're not friendly. Well, they're not friendly to me. Maybe they're friendly to each other. Who knows? Putrefy. Maybe... Do I replace the rats? 5 seconds and 6 seconds. Go for Putrefy. Sure. I think it will do much more damage if I have just one rat. Maximum quantity of rats. Area various skills. Yes, area, please. Area is so much more beneficial. How much of a stack does it apply? Did I see 1,000 stack? I think I did. Okay, that's an answer. So there's a 300 stack, 400 stack, 900 stack, holy cow, 2,000 stack of rot. And it spreads. I need more area. I need to be able to get in there. You know what? I'm not going to get any other skills. This is my final build. Good lord. So yeah, I was mentioning Tarkov. This rat build answers the age-long question of the community of that game. Which is better? Rat or a chat? Rat is definitely better. Clearly. A rat is the chat. Oh, okay. That's a revelation right there. Run! Hello. I haven't even lost a single revive. Famous last words. And there's a paladin here somewhere. Oh, there was a paladin here somewhere. Okay. How good is that? Rats do all the work. I just need to exist. And not die. So you know what? I'm going to take a bunch of movement speed and a bunch of defensive passives. And survive. I'm going to live. I'm going to see the next day. And my rats, maybe not. But who cares about rats? I can summon more at all times. Since it has little to no cooldown this ability. The rats. And good lord, they do damage. Cast frequency for rats. Do I need more? Will I get one shot eventually? How much? Rot, excuse me? Now what needs to happen, the rats have to be on top of the boss whenever this stuff triggers. And they'll get so many stacks, it's just dirty. And I think I was right. I was definitely right about picking having more Putrefy than more rats. Though, another thing just came to me. If I just take 6 Putrefies, I won't be doing any damage. Oh, okay. So I'm not going to be testing that, unfortunately. you can't do damage if you have no damage skills. Well, technically you can have the fire shield, which is doing damage, but it's not actually a summon. Unless it counts me, cause all your allies. Do I explode with poison? I don't. So it's only allies and not self, which is unfortunate. Because if it could be myself and allies, this would have been a much more powerful ability. Though I suppose that's the idea, that it shouldn't be as powerful. 3000 stack of rod. And the other bosses died sooner than I could see how many stacks they have. So they probably had a lot. Power-wise. And actually more magnet, more magnet. It's obviously not ideal to have too much magnet, but hey, I want that juicy experience. Okay, another downside with this build, you can't break the health crystal, you have to have the rats or the enemies break it for you, which is unfortunate. Frailed. Actually, did I take multicast? I think that's actually better. Also, another thing to note for myself, if you kill bosses faster than they appear, you're usually doing a very good job. In terms of, don't step into that at all. It's quite bad. So, 2000 rod stack. 1000 rod, run. Don't step into that, don't. 800 rod stacks. There's too much stuff here, holy cow. And where do I take defense? Where do I get defense? I want to be able to get in there. So in the short, because I cannot get close to the enemy, I really can't activate my Putrefy. Okay. So the lesson here that I need more rats so that my single Putrefy activation, which I will eventually have, actually basically in reverse, does even more. Okay. And actually, my rats did die at some stage. Ow. Okay, maybe not the spiders. Run away from the spiders. They slow you. It's so bad. Oh, break that. Don't step into that. No, no. I don't even know what's hitting me. Maybe it's time to change the settings. They weren't even high. Okay. More poison and more multicast. Definitely right now multicast is the way. Get experience and keep rolling. Okay, it's almost the end too. Okay, that's actually the last wave of bosses, last 4 of them. How much rod do they get? Okay, I definitely need another dash charge if I want to be able to move by the bots and activate the rod. Okay. 2,500 stack. That's a very high stack. More of this, more of that. 3,500, 4,000 stack. 7,000 stack. Holy cow, 6,000 stack. And the boys are back. And this thing is also on to me. Okay, this was a very powerful build. And I really want to experiment with the amount of res versus the Putrefy, but they're basically made for each other. The guy is basically exciting the rats and they do all the work. Okay, let's call the build the Rat Exciter. Sounds terrible. I know it sounds terrible. Putrefy did all the damage. Rats didn't do all the damage. I am pleased. The Rat Exciter is born.